Papa John's from Tempe, Arizona, the 93rd chapter of Arizona State in Arizona. Part of Rivalry Week, presented by the Mazda CX-90. 15 minutes to play this afternoon. 2nd and 8 for Rashada. Pulls down the sideline. Caught! What a grab! Amire laid out. There's a flag in the end zone.
Yeah, it's going to be pass interference on Arizona.
That was a catch.
Mark, he threaded that ball. See, look, if you're looking for a silver lining.
Defense number 7, that penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Wow.
There's the silver lining. When he threw that, I was like, no, the safety might get over there and pick that. Oh, the corner's in good position.
Wow.
Look at that throw, and that layout is beautiful.
Boy, Prysock was holding him like a grudge all the way down the sidelines, and he still made the catch.
Holding him like a grudge, like only I can.
Like you said, Lewis, there's a little silver lining.
Absolutely. That is a nice throw and an even better catch. But see, that's what Kenny Dillingham was talking about. The outside lane, down the field, plus 20 yards. There's no part of this field that Jaden Rashada cannot touch with his arm.
Conyers taking the snap, hands it off on the jet sweep to Brooks, and Brooks lunging for the 2. Coach Dillingham still coaching. Meanwhile, Hugh caught up with his counterpart a moment ago.
Coach, what's your mindset right now with this lead?
Just keep playing football and rivalry game. Let guys go out there. Let's see how many guys we can get in the game, though.
You mentioned the 70-7 3 years back. Is that relevant? Is that on the mind of you and your staff?
I think it's probably on the mind of Tucson.
That smile says a lot.
Well, I can tell you what.
That says a lot.
You know, what do you say though? Let's just keep playing football.
Yeah. Get some guys in.
I'll tell you right now. If you're Arizona and your defensive coordinator Johnny Nansen, you aren't happy right there.
You mad about that touchdown?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So all of a sudden now, it's not going to be all smiles anymore. It's going to be like, hey, wait a minute now. Wait, I just said, let's just play good football here, get as many guys in the game. He's like, you know what, guess what? You guys just go ahead and sit back down. Noah, let's go. Get back out there. Yeah.
Time to turn up again.
Absolutely.
Just underway here in the 4th quarter. And Arizona State scoring on the first play of the period.
Mark, that was a great throw.
Down at the 13. Hey, Tuesday, it's 2 featured ACC SEC challenges for men's college basketball on ESPN. Number 10, Miami, and head coach Jim Larinaga taking on number 16, Kentucky at 7:30 Eastern. Then it's Clemson Tigers versus number 17, Alabama. You can get all the action on the app, too. Jim Larinaga building a great program in Miami. They made it to the Final Four, as did the team right up the turnpike at FAU. Good year for South Florida basketball last year in the college ranks. On 1st and 10, they give it to Michael Wiley. Cooper making the tackle on the play.
If you're Arizona State, we're just talking about, again, putting together some good reps, some good drives of your own, both offensively and defensively. It'd be nice to force the 3 and out here, get the ball back to your offense again, and continue to get some reps, continue to develop the young quarterback. And if you're Arizona, you're going, okay, enough of this nonsense.
Fafita going to pass it, pressure off the edge, he completes it. One of his favorite targets. McLaughlin again, picks up 11 this time. McLaughlin, McMillan, Cowing, Harmonious piled up over 500 yards of total offense already going into the final quarter here.
They just have not been able to affect the quarterback. They cannot get him rattled, cannot get him off schedule.
Get it out quickly to Cowing. Cuts it back up inside. His forward progress is going to be marked just around the 33. Got 7 on the play. I'm not sure that anybody thought, maybe outside of Tucson, that this team would be this good and this comprehensive, this complete, this competitive. They're going to end up barring a cataclysmic turnaround here with a 9-win season 3 years in.
Yeah, I mean, it's
that's impressive.
It absolutely is.
It's hard to win in college football.
Yep. Yep.
Another quick pass to McLaughlin. Picks up the first down. From Lethbridge High School in Alberta. Canadian geography tells me that's like an hour southwest of Calgary. I got a Canadian passport. It's been 33 years, man. I've been gone. I'm not going to front and fake it like that. School record 76 catches for McLaughlin after that last one. .39. 2nd and 9 coming up. Tell you what, the coaches that recruited the Servite players, McMillan and Fafita and several others, knew what they were doing. Here's Fafita. Throws a rope. Speaking of Servite, there's another one of his high school teammates. They are riding him like a hubcap today. 30-yard gain and another first down.
You just see Fafita's feet in the pocket, just drifting left, finding that throwing lane. Then you see how quickly. I remember the great Al Saunders, who's a legendary NFL wide receiver coach, used to always talk about in scouting meetings, how quickly can a wide receiver transition from being a pass catcher to a runner? How quickly can they get their feet in the ground and get the ball vertical and gain yards after the catch? You see how quickly McMillan did that.
Tackled finally just inside the 5, and Servite crew doing their thing today, putting up numbers. Although Cowing's not one of them, but there's a look at the group. It was interesting that Fafita's mother, once he committed, helped to influence the rest to come aboard as well. Make her part of the staff, maybe football operations, right?
I mean, just look at that, 508 yards. And he has done it at a high level in terms of his mechanics, his decision-making, his eyes, pre-snap, post-snap reads. He's doing it all.
Hands it off on the sweep. And well defended is McMillan that time. Pardon me, it was Wiley. Meanwhile, in the Apple Cup between Washington State and Washington, they are knotted at 14 apiece. A little bit more competitive on that front. 2nd and goal coming up.
I think at some point they're going to try and get Jacob Cowing in the end zone.
Over the middle in traffic, picked off at the 2. It's coming back. Trey Brown. Nice hurdle. And Brown brought down to the 34. Trey Brown was sitting on that. A rare miscue by Fafita. Tried to hit Lamonius Craig over the middle. See what this flag is all about. It's back at the 25.
There's no foul on the play. The ruling on the field is an interception and a return. There's no foul for a low block. The quarterback was attempting to tackle the intercepting player. First down, Arizona State.
12 seconds.
I mean, just watch Trey Brown right here. He fakes like he's going to blitz and then drops out underneath that slant. Like they talked, even looks over here. His vision is all front side, and he throws the ball into a high traffic area. And you can see Jacob Cowing's reaction. He looks a little bit frustrated because he had won on that speed out. But sometimes the read doesn't even take you over there. But they had a nice play call down there at the bottom of the screen if they had looked at it.
Rashada back to pass, taking a shot on the slant. Almost intercepted by Tacario Davis. Intended for Jordan Tyson. And Tyson slow to get up.
I think he got the wind knocked out of him. Tacario Davis came down right on him at the end of the play.
We're going to take a short break and be back. Upset. They were sure their team had it in the bag, but was not meant to be. And one of our colleagues, Rod Gilmore, was a member of the Stanford defensive backfield that day, and he told Quint not that long ago that he was on the sideline signing autographs, thought it was over.
It's never over.
Never trust a trombone player to make a tackle for you. 2nd and 10. Rashada. And throws it away.
I like it. I like the decision.
What part?
Just
Why?
throw the football. Look, you could tell he. The beginning of the play down here at the bottom. A bad decision, because those are kind of things he's being evaluated on right now.
This is really game 2 for him, right?
Actually, I mean, it's game 3.
2.5. Yeah.
It's game 3, exactly, 2.5. But yeah, these reps are important for him. You just want to see how he is processing as this game goes along.
On 3rd and 10, Scadaboo, man, he breaks tackles.
Look,
he runs through people.
Mark, I'm going to tell you now, he's got my respect. This dude right here does not care. He is not scoreboard watching at all. He loves the game.
Yeah.
He plays like he loves the game, period. That's what it looks like. There's a lot of people who would shrink from this situation. I've been on the field in these situations on both sides. And you can tell guys who are just going, hey, look, when can we hit the showers, get our box lunch, and find out where something's happening after the game? He is not one of them.
Played for Troy Taylor, former head coach at Sacramento State. The Hornets had a great year last year.
Timeout, Arizona State.
Sun Devils calling a timeout. We'll be right back. We'll take one with them. He's giving way to Jalen Conyers on this play on 4th and 4. And a little trickery here. Conyers running and won't catch it. In that type of day, Scadaboo couldn't connect with him. And you expected that kind of exchange at some point, with the frustration, obviously, that the Sun Devils are experiencing right now. That was Bill Norton right up on Scadaboo.
And that just, I mean, Conyers is open. He just overthrows him. And you're right. I mean, that's
he's not a quarterback, though,
yeah,
right?
No. I'm not faulting him at all.
Yeah.
That's just
man,
representative of how the day basically has gone for Arizona State. Good play call, good structure, good execution right up to the throw.
From the 39, 1st and 10. Luke with nowhere to go. Here's a look at McMillan's spectacular reel today. Started early.
Yeah, we've talked about it. Look, you know, one of the ways that I like to gauge athletes is by using the phrase movement patterns in terms of their fluidity, their body control, how flexible they look, whether they're stiff, can't bend their hips, don't have quick, sudden change of direction. This guy is as fluid as anybody you'll see. He's just as limber, can contort his body. He's tough. He runs good. I mean, and he's still young. He's just a sophomore, a true sophomore.
Nowhere to go that time for Rayshon Luke. And, you know, talking about McMillan again, he has his own merchandise company. called NALO, N-A-L-O, an acronym for Negative Attitudes Lose Opportunities. That guy is all about positivity. He's cashing in on it today.
I love it.
Might have to get me some merch from his website.
And again,
after this one,
we all know that guy. We all have that friend that no matter what sport we play, he always seems to win.
Yeah.
They said that's him.
That's that guy.
That's how his teammates talk about him.
Going to be interesting to see where they end up on the bowl menu. And there he is. One more time lunging. Great awareness, Lewis, of where the first down marker was. Extending the football for a 17-yard gain and another first down.
It's like, and everybody says, well, you can't catch everything with your hands. I mean, that's natural. Well, no, he catches it away from his body. He takes the ball out of the air. He goes and gets the football, which puts the defensive back at a disadvantage.
And he was looking into the sun.
That's right.
As well right there.
And then as you talked about, Mark, how he finished off the run. That's what Al Saunders used to talk about again. Can you turn into a running back quickly? He does it effortlessly.
That was his 11th catch of the day. Here comes Wiley. Got a couple of blocks in front of him. Thinking about scoring another touchdown and pushed out of bounds inside the 5. It'll be first and goal for the Wildcats.
Just look at this stat line for Noah Fifita, please. I promise you, he's probably thinking more about the interception that he threw to Trey Brown down here, basically at the exact same spot on the field in the last drive. More so than he's looking at those 526 yards.
A lot of people have forgotten he wasn't QB1 to start the year.
That's right. That's right. That was Jaden DeLaura. But here we are again.
Wiley staying on his feet, trying to get a little help into the end zone and brought down short of the end zone at the 1-yard line. They'll be moving into the Big 12 next year along with Arizona State as the ever-changing shift in the college football conference landscape continues.
Talk about continuing. I continue to believe that they'll try and get this ball to Jacob Coward.
This is his time, finally?
It is. It is. He is a guy who one-on-one down here against man coverage. He's just too quick off the line of scrimmage. They've got one-on-one man coverage at the top of the screen right here.
Fifita going to hand it off. Not quite. Wiley stopped up at the line of scrimmage, so with 4:35 to go, Tate Romney making the tackle. Third and goal. So take me inside. Do receivers come over to QB and say, hey, man, hook me up? No, it's 52-23.
Coaches are usually aware. He's one shy of a single-season touchdown reception record of tying it, or rather of breaking it.
I'm all for it. Here he is, the inside receiver at the bottom of your screen. McMillan is the bottom receiver, number 4.
You see him signaling. He's changing the play.
And the Wildcats going to call timeout.
I'm telling you, he was going to him. He was going to him right there.
Timeout. Arizona, their first of the half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Well, the F1 season finale is in Abu Dhabi. Wow, from Vegas to Abu Dhabi. Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Grand Prix Sunday begins our pre-race coverage at 6:30. We had a couple members of our crew try and make that race in Las Vegas last week. And Director Anthony DeMarco, I've seen him drive. I've been with him on the way to the airport. He should be on the F1 circuit.
The pageantry of that race, man, was that unbelievable?
Yeah.
Unbelievable production, man. Star power at that race. Everybody was there.
Yeah, well, there's the engine, part of the engine. Lots of horsepower with Fifita and number 4 there, McMillan.
Let's see what Jed Fish has up his sleeve here. We've got Cowing right here at the top of the screen at the outside part of that bunch.
They faked the run, got it off just in time, and hooked a brother up. Touchdown, Cowing. One for the record books.
Some things, Mark, just make sense. It's one of the things that you're most proud of when you're done.
It matters.
Absolutely. You see there, he's already won. He won at the line of scrimmage. You see the defensive back, Demetrius Ford, just straining to try and catch up. You have no shot. Once he beats you at the line of scrimmage down here like that, it's over. It's just on the quarterback to get it to you.
Yeah, had all that space in the end zone to work with. And with under 4 minutes to go, it's 59-23. Jacob Cowing from here in state, transfer from UTEP. Dap for everybody. Tying a school record with that catch. Members of their family, of course, on hand. And Lewis, what's it like as a player when you run out on that home field for the last time in your career?
Yeah, there's a lot of emotions, man. You know, just like when we talk about when we're up here in the booth, how quickly a season goes by. It's amazing. You start reflecting on how fast your 4 years goes by, and now it's off to the real world, whether that be you have a career at the next level or you literally are thinking about how do I transition.
Arizona rewriting the school record book today. Bowl eligible for the first time since 2017. Fafita with 527 passing yards, and Cowing with a school record 11 touchdown catches on the season. I feel good about his coach hooking him up there too.
Yeah, that's a good day. And you know what? You talk about recruiting. You think he's not sending a message to recruits right now saying, hey, you come here and look what you can do. Look what you can do. I'll get the ball to you. I'll take care of you, and we'll win games.
3:47 to go. Rashada going to hand it off. That's George Hart III. Well, everything counts in the world of recruiting. And that's what the coach had to say about the improvement. People are going to want to come.
Yeah, on both sides of the ball, right? Not just the offensive guys, but defenders are going to come. And he talked about that. He told us that both on our Zoom call, and he told us that down the field just before the game.
Little receiver screen to the outside, Sanders. And Giovanni Sanders brought down.
Behind the Arizona bench, they've been delivered the Territorial Cup in a black plastic case. It looks like it's suitable for carry-on, Mark.
Wow.
This babe goes back to 1899, this trophy does. It was lost for 80 years, discovered in a church base. It's a territory, Arizona, 1863 to 1912. The Arizona Territory.
Yeah.
That's why it's a Territorial Cup.
Crazy.
Older than the state.
That is wild, and there it is. Getting a nice shot of it. I'll tell you, you know what one of my favorite scenes is in these trophy games? Is when the visitors win and they run over to the other sideline and snatch that trophy.
Yeah.
You know, like they, I remember a couple, I've seen it a few times where guys are sprinting over there for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes not just to get the trophy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I sure do. Sure do. You play to win, man. And everything that signifies winning to you, whether it be trophies, conference titles, just pure bragging rights. Like, you play to win, and winning means something. And when you have like symbols like that are just steeped in tradition and have been around for a long, long time, it really means you just love that kind of stuff. You love that. Look at that. I mean, what's with the fork there with all the footballs thrown? I mean, what is that?
That's the turnover pitchfork.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's got the Sun Devil little stuffed animal, and then the 3 turnovers. Look at that. That's the Sun Devil stuffed. I've never seen a stuffed animal on a sideline.
That's a special edition.
3 turnovers.
They weren't playing around today.
And a territorial cup.
Yeah, they brought their own stuffed Sun Devil. That's when you know they mean business.
B-Max in the middle of this party right now.
Oh my goodness, they ain't messing around.
Yeah. That trophy going to be Instagram famous before this day is over. Got a Sun Devil player shaken up on the play. That's Clayton Smith, the starting defensive end. Transfer from Texas and Oklahoma. And there's a look at the game that will decide the Pac-12 champion. Washington and Oregon.
That's big time right there.
I love watching Michael Penix Jr. spin that football, and Bo Nix has been no joke either this year.
That's big boy football.
Yep.
Those two teams get after it.
Tell you what I love about Penix Jr.'s story, covering him. We didn't get Washington this year, but last year I had a chance to sit down and visit with him. His comeback story and return from 2 ACL injuries is nothing short of remarkable. And to see how far he's come back is very inspiring. That's Clayton Smith down on the field. Athletic training staff
looked like
taking a close look.
It looked like head coach Kenny Dillingham was out there. Judging from here, it looked like there was some real concern on some of the people's faces out there.
Let's try and take a look and see what happened. Oh, wow. Helmet to helmet. From a teammate, a little friendly fire.
That's why you got to
there
keep
it is.
Head up.
Yep.
You see him immediately grab at his head.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely what happened here. Took a big shot right in the crown of his helmet.
You see the right hand right there.
Mentioned Smith, the transfer from both Texas and Oklahoma, and
we got him up off the ground.
Good to see him up and moving. Sometimes, as fans and viewers at home, and we forget that there are humans underneath the helmet and the uniform, real people with real ailments and real hurts. Clock running again with 1:20 to go. One final look. Yeah, he reached for his head immediately. Cole Tannenbaum in now at quarterback for Arizona.
Every time you see a player get hit like that, and you see him walk off the field, you just think your lucky stars. As someone who played at the highest level for a long time and who has had significant neck surgery done in my post-playing career, walk off the field.
Well, that Jed Fish smile that we saw at halftime is sure to grow. And a good sign there from Clayton Smith. Saluting the home fans and family members amongst them. That'll do it. Arizona Wildcats defeat Arizona State Sun Devils 59-23. After vanquishing their in-state rival in this, the 97th edition of this storied rivalry. For Louis Riddick, Steve LeBeau, our stat man, Seth Jacobson, our spotter, Kim Belton, our producer, Anthony DeMarco, our director. I'm Mark Jones. Guys, it was great. We'll see you bowl season, right? So long from Tempe.
Top of the hour here on ESPN. We will hand you off to Florida State coming up at 7:05. Kickoff just over 10 minutes away. Tate Rodemaker, it's his team now for Florida State as they embark on tonight's game in an ACC championship game against Louisville. Also, Georgia. If they were just watching the end of the Iron Bowl, they weren't because they were warming up. But Carson Beck and Georgia get set for the SEC championship. But first, Georgia Tech in their way. Brent Key came up through the Alabama system. Should be a good one there tonight. Speaking of the Iron Bowl, what a game it was at Jordan-Hare. Jalen Milroe to Jermaine Burton to re-grab the lead.
And realize Auburn is coming off a terrible loss from Mexico State, and now they're beating Bama until that touchdown.
Later, Peyton Thorne, Auburn are stayed in this one. Javarius Johnson, 27-yard touchdown.
Peyton Thorne's been the offense, running it, throwing it, everything for Auburn all day long.
All right, so this, a punt after holding them on 4th and 4. Fumbles the punt, and Alabama takes advantage.
You could see his foot slipped, Alabama's ball, but this is where the fun begins.
3rd and goal from the 26-yard line. Now 4th and goal, 26-yard line. Watch what happens here to Isaiah Bond. Unbelievable.
Let him one-on-one. He found the guy. Somebody was one-on-one, and Milroe found the guy that was one-on-one.
What do you mean somebody's going to be
Somebody
one-on-one?
was. They had the other. Everybody else was double.
They got 8 guys back there. How is somebody one-on-one?
It just went final there at Auburn. 33-24. They tacked on a safety late. That is one of the most unbelievable finishes we've seen in the Iron Bowl.
Well, I mean,
what defense did you call that's one-on-one back in the corner of the end zone?
One interesting one is the decision to only rush 2 guys in that situation. Do you go, a lot of times you'll see teams put the fence of everybody on the goal line, rush and make him get the ball out of his hands fast. They allowed him all the time he wanted. You saw in the middle of the field, they bracketed the receivers in the middle. Bond was the guy on the outside. He thought
they can only have 5 guys down there, and there's 8 defenders. I don't know how you leave one guy man-to-man in the corner of the end zone with the defensive back put his back to the quarterback. That is a great throw by Milroe. Give him credit for that. Great catch by Bond. But again, with that many guys in the end zone on defense, you can't leave a guy man-to-man.
All right, so let's talk now Florida State. This one's big. It's now to battle the backup quarterbacks. Jordan Travis out for the year. Keon Coleman still very much a factor for Florida State. What do these teams need to do tonight?
Well, Florida State is going to have to depend on guys like Keon Coleman, the other players that are around Tate Rodemaker, and that is what's really going to be important. They have so much skill all over the field, and they've talked all week about they need to step up around Tate Rodemaker. They did last week when he came in the game, and they are the guys that are going to have to put on the show. Guys like that.
Yeah, the quarterback's best friend is a running back, a guy that can run the ball. If you make a team respect the run, they got to bring a safety in the box. It makes it much easier for a quarterback who hasn't played a lot of football to read a defense. They're going to need all these playmakers to get around Rodemaker and make these big plays.
Max Brown, he comes in for Graham Mertz, who was hurt for the season last week against Missouri. He looks pretty good. He got him in a position to win. What does he need to do?
Just go out and play the same way he did against Missouri. You're right. He got him in a position to win. They couldn't find a way to win, but this game is at home. This is where Florida plays their best football, and they're going against a team of Florida State that has something to prove.
And Trevor Etienne, we know this Florida rushing offense can keep them in it. They're a different team at the Swamp for the Gators.
Yeah, especially when they can run the football, and that goes behind Etienne. When they run the football, they're a different offense. And once again, just like Benson does for Florida State, Etienne is that guy for Florida. When they run the ball well offensively, they're a pretty good football team.
With what happened to Florida State or with Louisville